on. The Falmouth Commodores play host to the Brewster Whitecaps for the second and final time tonight at the Gov Fuller Field, as the Dores currently lead the season series with 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Opening the Door alongside Trey Redfield and Carter Bainbridge. Logan Soforenko with you. And Trey, let's jump right into things. You got to give credit to the Falmouth Commodores. They can always bring the tying run at the plate, but last night, again, they could not come away victorious.
The Commodores always make it so exciting, right? Whether it's been, the 0-0 tie, bring the guy up when they were the winning run. It just always seems to be something coming down to the wire, and then it just goes downhill. That's what it was last night. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and then Alex Mooney popped up the first pitch in the infield, and, they were this close. They were this close. I said it in closing the door last night, and that's how close they were to grabbing another win, this time against the Dore Braves. They got to put it all together tonight, Logan.
Alex Mooney last night, Carter, we saw him up in the booth attack on the first pitch for 3 of his at-bats, and for the second time in 5 days, the Dores fall by just 1 run, and an unearned run that was committed by an error proved really costly. They have to clean it up today against Brewster.
Yeah, the Dores, after a couple more errors last night, still have the worst defense in the entire Cape Cod League. If you just go by errors as your simple metric, the Dores have to clean it up today. Both errors yesterday were on one single guy. That was Drew Brutcher out on right. He's just going to have a short memory like these guys do every single day. There's always another game. There's always another day in a season like this. So for the Dores, they've got to start winning games, especially against Western Division teams. They don't get the chance today against the Eastern Division Whitecaps, but clean defense is going to be a key today.
It's the lone Eastern Division matchup of this work week. And Trey, it's hot out right now, and it's also going to be a little bit windier as we get a little bit closer to first pitch. And that proved to be a little bit of a factor in yesterday's matchup.
It did. It's a scorcher out here. I mean, honestly, I'm sweating a little bit just sitting here for, 90 seconds? But, yeah, you said it. The wind's going to be in a factor yet again. I talked about it yesterday with the 25-mile-an-hour wind gust, trying to compare it to the greatest hitter who ever lived in Ted Williams. But it's going to be something very similar that we saw yesterday. Alex Mooney still had a home run attacking the first pitch, and that's something that the Commodores just have to keep taking advantage of. Put something in the air so you can put something in the outfield and give your team a chance to win.
Colby Halter also hit a home run yesterday, improving his average to .320 on the Cape League season in the 2022 year. But now we go to the pitching matchup, and the pitching has been pretty fantastic, Carter, for the Dores in these past couple of weeks when the defense and the offense doesn't really get going. The pitching, they've been known as the Mr. Reliables, but today they're going to see Josh Roberge go on again.
Yeah, for the Dores, pitching has not been the problem for a good part of this season. They had a little bit of a slow start, as the whole team did, but starters lately have been great, from Grayson Hitt down the line. Today it's Josh Roberge. This is his second appearance of the summer, his first since he pitched against the YD Red Sox in this ballpark. He went 4 innings that day, didn't allow a hit until the 4th inning in that game, allowed a couple runs to the Red Sox, who are doing pretty well in the Eastern Division, let's remember. Faced off against a good team and impressed in his first start, so he's going to be looking to build on that today against a Brewster team that the Dores have already handled a couple times this year.
And that came on 2 four-run first innings, one back in earlier parts of June and one just last week. But for the Brewster Whitecaps pitching squad, they're going to send a pitcher today in Liam Simon.
Liam Simon, he's a pitcher out of Notre Dame, so he has a lot of innings this season. He's had a lot of experience, taking down Tennessee, the top seed in the Knoxville Super Regional. He went 2-1 on the season with the Fighting Irish and had a pretty good year over there. ERA just a little under. It was actually a 4.99 ERA, so that tells you a little bit. Maybe the Commodores can get into the bats early. That's my keys today. I think if the Commodores put up runs early today and get Simon out of there quickly, life's going to be easy for them.
Well, the Brewster Whitecaps, they've lost a lot of their pitchers in these past couple of games. The Dores are not going to see Zane Morehouse because they've seen Zane Morehouse twice in this regular season. But the Brewster Whitecaps are getting some nice production from Ryan Lasko ever since returning from Team USA. And Carter, the Team USA guys all across the league have been a big part of some team success. But right now, the Dores, they're finding a new identity without those Team USA guys. So it's been very promising to see Peyton Stovall do some great offensive work.
Yeah, the Dores have gotten a lot of contributions this season from their infield. Alex Mooney and Colby Halter have been the usual suspects there, but then you throw in guys like Travis Chestnut, Peyton Stovall, like you said, who played first base yesterday, the first time we had seen him do that. There's a lot of versatility on this infield, a lot of hitting ability. So for the Dores, if they're going to propel themselves past Brewster today and those Team USA guys, like you said, Ryan Lasko and Grayson Tatro, two guys that have given him trouble this season. They're going to have to rely on the offensive production from their infield, from third all the way around to first. Those are the key guys in the batter's box for Falmouth.
Grayson Tatro, the last time he was here at Gov Fuller Field, swiped 3 bags. 2 of those bags were on back-to-back pitches. And you mentioned Peyton Stovall playing first base yesterday. We saw Peyton Stovall and Jacob Walsh on back-to-back at-bats get their first base hits of the season off of left-handed pitching. So, Trey, the Dores enter today trailing by to the Wareham Gatemen by 4 points because Wareham tied in a very crazy game last night with the Chatham Anglers because the lights at Spillane Field just stopped working. So that game lasted 5 innings. So tonight, they don't play a Western Division team, but they can get some points. What do you got for Trey's takes?
I mean, I said it a couple minutes ago, and I'll say it again because why not? I've been saying it all season. They got to get on base, and they got to do it early. I think one thing about the Commodores is that they need to show who they are early in innings. When it was that 4 spot on the top of the first inning, not just last time at Stony Brook Field, but the time before that as well, that's where I really saw a different team. They really come together early. You know, the whole excitement in the 9th inning is great and all, but when you stop your foot on the ground early, that really puts a smile on my face because that shows who you are early in games, and you can take that all the way through.
Absolutely, and we're going to take a little bit of a look at Logan's looks. I'm also going to add the errors have to be precise because when you talk about the field and the errors, the Falmouth Commodores have to use the comforts of home. 3-10-1 on the year, a very bad losing record here at the Gov, so they have to clean it up defensively. We talked about a couple minutes ago that those unearned runs proved costly in these past couple of home games. The first one against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the one just the other day last night, I should say, against the Bourne Braves. Well, that's going to do it for us on Opening the Door. You can listen to Trey Redfield and Carter Bainbridge up in the broadcast booth. I'll be on the field giving you some updates throughout the entirety of the game. It's the Brewster Whitecaps, the 2021 Cape League defending champions, and the Falmouth Commodores. First pitch coming up soon.